All right, everybody, welcome into the live broadcast. We have an incredible interview on today. So listen, do me a favor and go ahead. If you are watching this right now and you're waiting for this countdown, go ahead and type in the chat space what city and state that you guys are chiming in from, or country. If you're international, of course, let us know, all of our international people. We have 1 minute and about 15 seconds left. So welcome. And do me another favor, share this broadcast with any woman that you know that is over the age of 30. Because I'm telling you, listen, she is going to be so grateful. Hey, Victoria Blocker out of Washington, D.C. I see you, darling. Hello. Welcome, darling. Welcome. Listen, as you guys come on in, please go ahead and let us know what city and state you're chiming in from, or what country that you are chiming in from. All right, guys. So welcome. Let us know. And if you're watching from a Facebook group, go ahead and include your name as well. Make sure to include your name and city and state or country in the chat. Okay, so again, everybody, welcome. We've got 30 seconds and we're about to get started. Go ahead and tag at least 3 women that you know over the age of 30. 3 women over the age of 30. Trust me, they are going to thank you. Hello, Karen Larkin. Welcome. Hello, Jason Hodge. I don't know what the 111 is, but I've been told that ones are good luck, so I ain't gonna trip off of that. Okay, how you doing? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get this party started. Welcome. Honey, you see how we doing over here? We over here doing top quality editing and stuff like that. So welcome. This is Wealthy Wednesdays. Hello. My name is Taria Vision-Avant. I am so excited to have you guys here. And this is an opportunity for you guys, the audience, to get a chance to know some incredible authors who are speakers, who are coaches, who are in the home-based business industry that are a part of course, our Book Profits Club family. And so I'm so excited because this is a brand new show that we're bringing to you guys where you get a chance to connect with so many different men and women who have specialties in different areas. And so I'm super excited about our topic on today. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to this incredible woman. Guys, her name is Daria Rosen, and Daria resides in Northern California, darling. She graduated from Golden Gate University with an undergrad and graduate business degree. 4 months after her wedding, she became ill. Physicians recommended her getting a whole hysterectomy. You know, that's what they always try to do to us. Okay. They always want us to get a hysterectomy, child. Natural options, however, succeeding in lessening her symptoms for several years. To save her life, she underwent surgery for stage 4 endometriosis. Y'all listen, y'all know I gotta work on my pronunciations. Menopause began immediately. Watching her friends experience perimenopause, she questioned them about what others had told them to expect and was surprised to find out that most knew little or nothing at the changes that they were experiencing. She is sharing her journey and that of others to empower the next woman and her loved ones that she is not crazy, okay? And neither are you, but has embarked on a new journey. The changes in your body, ladies, let me tell you something, are absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up for Daria Rosen. Hello. Okay, hold on. There we go. There she is. Hey, Daria. How you doing, darling?
Hello. I am well this afternoon. How are you?
I am doing incredible. Now, I don't know. It sounds a little staticky again, so I'm not sure. So what I want to do, Daria, is because I don't want it to be staticky. It sounds staticky on my end, and I don't know if anybody else is hearing and it's staticky. I'm going to exit you out and bring you right back in, y'all. So listen, we're going to bring her back in, but I am so excited about this interview because I know for a fact I'm a woman who is of age. And darling, listen, I know that at a certain age, I definitely started to experience different things going on. And I never heard about PeriMenopause. I had never heard about it. And not only is Daria on a mission to be able to help other women, but y'all, she's written a book about it. And she is definitely on a mission to be able to help women. So let's go ahead and bring her back on here. Let's see. Daria, are you there?
I am here.
There you go. You sound beautiful and crystal clear.
Awesome.
I don't know what keep going on over there with the audio, but we gonna make it work. That's what we're gonna do. So listen, Daria, I know that I did not give you justice as far as, sharing how did you get into this space. So if you could let us know, like, how did you get into, because your background has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. But if you could tell us a little bit about your background, and then how did you decide that you wanted to help other women who are experiencing some of these, situations, how to get over that. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you.
Okay. So by career, I am an IT medical consultant, and it is my job to ensure that our clients have solutions to their problems. And sometimes they may not even realize they have problems, but it is up to me to find them and then encourage them to know what those problems are and how to resolve it. And so, as you stated in the bio, when I got ill and subsequently went into menopause and then started asking different people different questions, it came to me that most people didn't know, or if they knew, what they knew was about menopause. And because that's what most of us think. Some of them hadn't heard of perimenopause. And so, just like with my medical clients, there was a problem. There is a problem. And not knowing, not discussing, and even if you know, but not knowing what some of the symptoms and things are, then I wanted to provide that solution. And so the name of my book, Perimenopause, What Your Mother and Your Girlfriends Didn't Tell You, just think of me like that auntie who's like sitting you down and just having a good conversation so that you know and can make good decisions.
I love it. Listen, thank you so much for writing the book, because baby, didn't nobody tell me nothing about no perimenopause. Didn't nobody tell me about menopause. Didn't nobody tell me about the pause. Matter of fact, didn't nobody tell me about my monthly, okay? And so to know that you are here helping other women understand these symptoms is so valuable and so important and so needed. And shout out to everybody that is currently watching. Again, do us a favor, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type replay in the chat. And if you're watching us live, we definitely want you to go ahead and comment in the space so that we can see you guys here chatting with us as we are live. So listen, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Daria back on, because one of the things I know that you just mentioned is that you have a brand new book that is coming out. And, writing a book can definitely be, because, that's what we here do at Book Profits Club. We teach authors how to promote their books. So pretty much everybody coming into this space is either working on our book or they got a book. What would you say were some of the struggles, if you had any, when it came to you actually putting this powerful book together?
Oh, I did struggle. And it wasn't because I didn't have the words. I struggled more so because of what they call imposter syndrome. My background is not medical. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am a woman, however. And I kept thinking, who are you, Daria, to share this information? Are people going to listen? And then I would stop and I'd say, nah, somebody else can tell the story. So my biggest struggle, and for others who may be considering writing books, is that if it has been laid upon your heart to do so, then share it. Because even if it's just one person who it makes a difference for, then that one person is your purpose, and you just never know how it will impact them. So again, my biggest struggle was feeling less than capable of sharing this topic.
Oh, girl, you just touched on it, because honestly, this is what's powerful too about, just you writing a book about a topic that, by the way, Daria and I have something in common. We are both IT girls. We're techies, right? And so I remember when we were in South Africa, just shameless plug, we were We were in South Africa and we were having just a conversation about just your background and where you come from, and the fact that you had the audacity to write about a topic like this. And even myself, I've written about topics where it didn't have anything to do with necessarily my background, but this was something that I experienced. And so I think that the fact that you're talking about something that you've experienced and you've connected with it in a way that you want to help other women is so powerful. But don't nobody talk about it. Just like I told you, I'm almost to the point where it's like we talk about menopause in a way where it's almost like like comedy. Like, girl, I'm having them hot flashes and stuff. It's never a thing of like this is what we need to do. How can we combat it? What are some things? And it's almost to the point where you just like, as a younger woman, sometimes I've felt helpless, and I was like, well, that don't got nothing to do with me. Realizing through your book and your education that a woman over 30 can actually start experiencing perimenopause. Why do you think, Daria, that this conversation is so taboo, or maybe just not even discussed in the household?
One, for many women, they feel like going through, as we call the change, as some people call the change, that it's lessening them as a female, as a woman. And really it isn't. It's actually a gift. And I share some of that in the book. But the difference being, and what I want to impart, and you just brought it up, is that when I've asked people, in fact, for those of you who are listening, put in the chat, if you have heard the term perimenopause, put a 1. If you've only heard the term menopause, put a 2. And the difference being is that perimenopause means Menzies pause, which means you are done. So when we say or hear menopause, we just think, oh, that's for old people, and it's when they're done. But all of those hormones and all of those symptoms can begin, again, through the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And it is that part which is what I would say is the more difficult part of the journey. And I think it's taboo because since we don't talk about it, when some of the symptoms that people don't even realize might be the example of one of the symptoms. So I'll give an example. So your cycle starts to change. That's just one. But if you're one of the women whose cycle does not change, but others of those symptoms appear, you may be embarrassed and think, uh-oh, what's wrong with me? Or if you have some of those symptoms like hot flashes. Now, most people know about hot flashes because that's the most visible. And so you'll see people fanning, and people will say, she's just going through the change. But again, it's mostly they will see older people. And again, there are many symptoms, and I outline quite a few of them in the book. People are embarrassed, and it shouldn't be taboo. As I read the other day, if you haven't, I read the other day on Instagram, I think it was on my social media, I read the first paragraph of my book. And I outlined how if you grew up in a home with males, at a certain age their voice is going to change, and the family knows it's coming, and you laugh about it. It might embarrass the young man, but people know it's coming. But families who grow up, and so men, this is for you too, because you need to know what's going on with the women in your life, is if all of a sudden their mood swings, they keep having mood swings, or they're freezing everybody out, the family starts saying, oh, she's gone crazy, not realizing that she's not going crazy. It's those hormones. So we don't talk about it. And I think we are embarrassed to talk about it. And then society as a whole, women, we don't tend to talk about it. Now, if you've had children, I know you have talked about how long you've been in labor, how long and how difficult, and what your cravings were. This is just another season. Talk about it as freely, and that's what I want to empower people to do.
I love it. I love it. You're right. It is shucks, when you talk about just to get all up in my business, but just to talk about when you have that change in even your monthly cycle, and you just like, oh, well, maybe I don't know, this is just a part of it, but nobody talks to us about it, and you know for doggone sure doctors don't tell you nothing about it, right? And so I think this is a very, very powerful conversation to start having even when you're younger. You know, I said women that are over 30, but honestly, Daria, I think we should have all young women who are experiencing womanhood to have an
Yes.
understanding of what perimenopause is, so that when you even start seeing the changes in your body, you're knowing what's going on. And I think that that is so important. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back. So make sure you guys stay here. We are so excited. We have Daria Rosen here, and she is talking to you guys about what the heck is going on with my body. So all my ladies right here who are in the space of womanhood, you need to be here. Tag any lady that you know so they can plug into this. And fellas, if you're a fella and you're watching this, tag your wife, tag your sister, tag your cousin, tag your auntie, all them folk. Plug them in. All right. So let's get into the commercial. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Taria Vision Avant here. And listen, real quick, I am here to serve speakers, coaches, network marketers that are authors, or you're working on your book to help grow your business. Did you know that 80% of most authors, regardless of what they do, are making less than $10,000 a year? Yes, so that means speakers, 80% of them making less than $10,000. Coaches, 80% of them. Network marketers, 80% of them are making less than $10,000 a year. Well, that's where I come into play. My goal is to show you how to leverage your book and build a business that generates $10,000 a month, week, or day. Register for my free masterclass, my 10K master plan, by going to www.10kbook.com. 15 to 30 minutes of action-packed information. Seriously, you don't want to miss it. Register right now. Go to 10kbook.com. Get access to this masterclass. It's going to change your life. And I got a little bonus for you at the end. All right, let's get back to this interview. Don't ask me why I get tickled. Anybody else hear them so talk and you be like, what in the world? So listen, so we're back with Daria Rosen. Let me go ahead and bring her back on the screen. Daria, hello. Welcome back, darling.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, so listen, so we have Daria Rosen here who is literally teaching us and talking to us about perimenopause and understanding that there is nothing wrong with you ladies, okay? This is a part of life. And so my next question that I have to you is, what would you have made any different choices, like about just health choices, even maybe mentally choices, had you had known more information about perimenopause much earlier?
Yes, I very well may have. As you have we both stated, my career, I was career, and I didn't get married until I was 39 because I just wanted to travel. And so the thought of having children really didn't cross my mind per se. However, if I had known about perimenopause, how early it could impact some women, if I had known some of the other things, then I might have said, if I ever want to have children, maybe climbing the corporate ladder isn't quite the goal that I want to strive for. Again, when you have information, it doesn't mean that I would have changed my mind, but having that information may have made a difference. And for some women who just desire to have children, if they know that, then they may make different decisions.
Absolutely. Definitely. And you're right about that. Not, maybe me, possibly. And so let me just shout out because, of course, we have so many people that are here chatting in the groups as well. We've got Dr. Kamika Henson, Tiffany Teachy that's here. And I see you guys tagging. We have Tamara Hill, Benton. We also have, let's see, Crystal Mance. And so thank you guys, yes, for being here in the chat space. So one more time, because you did talk about your book. What is the name of your book? And why did you decide that you wanted to go ahead at this point, finally get that book finished? Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Tell on me. The name of my book is PeriMenopause: What Your Mother and Your Girlfriends Did Not Tell You. and why I decided to finish this book, because there were a couple of reasons. One, there were people holding me accountable. I had pre-sold my book, and so they were been cheering me on, and I did not want to let them down. The second piece was, well, the addition to that is I could have refunded everybody their money and they would have been satisfied, but I would have had to look in the mirror and I would not have been satisfied with myself. The second thing was that months and months ago, you said something about people who start a book and do not finish it within a year, typically do not finish. And for whatever reason, that popped into my head one day and I got angry. And I'm like, oh no, I am not going to be one of those statistics. So, for those who supported me, who encouraged me along this way, who helped talk me out of those times of feeling like I was an imposter, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it is because of you and those who kept saying, I need your book. It is because of you that I finished. And thank you.
Yay! Well, I know we have our BPC family on the line right now, and they are cheering you on, and we are so excited about what this book is going to do for other women. Let's get back into that conversation, and shout out to Suzanne Peters from Trinidad. So whenever I say Suzanne's name, I gotta say it like that. But anyway, so. She probably tickled right now. So, Daria, let's get back into the conversation of this perimenopause, because like you said, there's certain symptoms that we don't really talk about, and we don't have to give, of course, into the detail. Everybody know about the hot flashes, but it's other stuff that ladies, we know what we're talking about. And what would you say to a woman? Maybe their menstrual has changed. Maybe their sleeping has changed. Maybe their thought process, whatever it is that we might be experiencing that is connected to perimenopause, they're feeling these symptoms. What would you say that they should do right now? Or what would you say to that person who is struggling with these symptoms?
So, if you have symptoms that you are unsure of, then what I go back to is, however old you are, you have lived in your body that long. You know your body. You know your body better than anybody else. The people who live with you, even your doctor, you know your body. So when you start to see things and feel things, don't just come to the conclusion that, oh, it's nothing, or it may be something very bad, because that's what we typically do. We have a symptom, we go to Google, we look it up, and the analogy I like to use is, you've got pain in your elbow and it's hurting. And you look it up and you find all of these terrible things that could be going on with your elbow, when in actuality, you just bumped it on something and didn't remember. So if you are feeling some differences, have the conversation with your doctor. And if they poo-poo you and say, oh, it's nothing, or you're not old enough or whatnot, again, you know your body. And I stress, if you don't have a physician who will listen to you, find another physician who will listen to you. So in addition to, if you want to know some more of the symptoms before you actually get the book, I do have a free checklist called Check Your Symptoms. And that outlines some of the more prevalent ones. They're actually hundreds, or not hundreds, but they're dozens and dozens of symptoms. And I have outlined the more common ones.
Okay, so well, we kind of have it over here up on the corner up there right here, but let everybody know, Daria, how can they get that checklist? Because I think all of us, and fellas, again, I gotta stress this: if there's any guys that are watching this, you know some ladies that maybe you like some they right. They be trying to call us crazy, Daria. They say we crazy, but we might be going through perimenopause. Okay.
We might.
Wait a minute. I think I got it. That's one of the symptoms when they say she crazy. Is that one of them? That gotta be one of the symptoms. Anyway, so I know it. Okay. So Daria, real quick, where can these ladies, and then the men that care about the ladies in their life, where can they go to get this free checklist?
they can go to www.imstillhot.com.
Hot.com. That's so easy to remember, y'all. www. Type it in the chat space for us just to make sure that you guys have it. www.imstillhot.com. Also, you are a part of the Book Profits Club family, and we are so grateful to have you. What will you say is the reason why you have stuck with us? Because I don't know, I don't feel like you've like on a year anniversary now, coming up on your year anniversary, if not. Why have you stuck with Book Profits Club? What has it done for you? And I know that you just recently enrolled into one of our newest software systems that's added to our BPC system, which can't wait to really crack these knuckles and get up in there. But why did you stick with us so long?
Actually, this month I think is 2 years, and I watched for a while, and I got.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now I had to shoot myself. Okay, look. I just shot myself in the foot. 2 years. Listen, don't nobody leave BPC. Okay, Daria, go ahead. Tell them. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell them.
Okay, so the reason why you got me tickled. The reason I have stuck with BPC and that's Book Profits Club is because of the value, the seeing others succeed, seeing others write books and what they are doing with those books, the camaraderie. As I said in the beginning, there have been some people who have been, okay, you can do this. It's like a family, literally. And it's like a family when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. People will tell you that as well. So to me, the knowing not just how to write a book, but not just to write a book, but to be able to utilize and leverage that book in so many other ways. And one of the other pieces, and I am glad that I stayed in BPC because it is because of this that I found out about our tour to Africa. And that was an experience speaking on the TEDx stage that I may not have had. It might have been one of those one day that's on my bucket list, but it's come to fruition. So that's why I stayed.
Well, I love it, and we plan to keep having you come back. And the goal here is truly being able to help you as the author, speaker, and coach to really, really get your information in front of the people who need you. So one more time, what's the website so that people can get your checklist, baby?
The checklist is www.imstillhot.com.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Daria Rosen, and she is the author of her brand new book that is titled actually PeriMenopause. Okay. I love a title like that. What I forget, what's the subtitle real quick? Hold on, Derek, because I know it's like what your mother and your girlfriend and your sisters and your brothers and your daddies and your uncles and your cousins. What was the subtitle again? What?
The subtitle is What Your Mother and Girlfriends Did Not Tell You.
Amen. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Go ahead. Say it again. What you saying?
So once they read it, then there's no excuse for anybody who reads it to not tell their daughters, their girlfriends, their sons, and their husbands. No excuse.
No excuse. Listen, we can't be making up excuses no more. My mama didn't teach me this or tell me this. Daria said, sister, I got your hand. Come on with me. I got you. So you guys make sure you plug in. You can also, when you go to imstillhot.com and you download the checklist, it will now connect you with her inner circle. She's got some amazing goodies and all types of stuff that you can plug in from different kits based upon whatever your symptoms are, guys. So I'm really going to stress, guys, go to imstillhot.com. Check out the checklist, but even more, check out all of the things that she has available for you. Well, guys, my name is Taria Vision Avant, and this is another edition of Wealthy Wednesdays, where we bring you authors who are bringing you wealth, not just in finances, but wealth in your bodies, wealth in your minds, wealth in your relationships, and even wealth in your spirit. So I hope that you guys truly enjoyed today's interview with Daria Rosen. Make sure that you plug in. We're live every Wednesday, so we'll see you guys on next Wednesday. I'll holla at y'all later. Deuces.